Today, we're going to be discussing one of the greatest racing games, in my opinion, ever. It laid the standard for what racing games would be like in the future, and it copied some other games. We'll get into that in a second. Rad Racer is a game. Let's see what year it came out. 1987. Rad Racer was released on Nintendo in 1987, and it comes from a lineage of games like Outrun or even like Afterburner. These sort of racing or flying games that were in this forced perspective here that created almost like a really early on 3D type world. Very groundbreaking, you know, because as you can see here, the little flicker on the road makes it look like you're going really fast. And you know, these type of games were really popular because it just gave you that sense, you know, early on of like actually racing people, you know, in a car. And I have to be honest, I haven't seen this game in many years, so I just thought about doing this review tonight. But man, this looks fun. I might have to, after the review's done here, play a little Rad Racer because I'm just kind of excited to see it. You know, it's been so long. If you remember correctly, we've talked about the Wizard multiple times on this show, and this is a game that was prominently featured in the Wizard. Lucas broke out the Power Glove to play Rad Racer with the Power Glove. And we as kids were like, oh my gosh. And like, this is the coolest thing ever. Now, if you owned a Power Glove, your parents were rich because those things were expensive and it was rare. My only friends that had the Power Glove were my friends that had rich parents. We seen Lucas playing Rad Racer and moving his hand like this with the Power Glove. And I'm not sure if that's how it works. We wished that's how it works, or how it worked at the time. And that's what actually, I think, if you really think about it, the Wii came out with the Wii controller, and it had those sort of motion capture things. The Power Glove was a little different. It had some motion stuff, but it wasn't like as good as the Wiimote. The Wiimote is basically the Power Glove, but in a controller, you know, of what we wanted the Power Glove to be.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
And this was so cool, the nighttime scene. Oh man, I haven't played this. I'm gonna play this game after. But yeah, so it's interesting how, and I'm just kind of making this connection now, that you had Rad Racer and then you had the Wizard where Lucas they made it look like Lucas was playing it like that, and they wanted the Power Glove to be that, but it wasn't quite there. And then that laid the groundwork for the Wii, you know, and which lays the groundwork for the Switch. Nintendo is ultimately incredibly groundbreaking, and in my opinion, that's why they're number one in this business. Yeah, I mean, what else can you say? Look at this. This is amazing. I haven't played it in forever. Some of these games, these classic games, are just so cool. I'm gonna play it after I get out of here. I'm gonna end the video right now, so why don't you go play some Rad Racer, and while you're at it, do me a favor, and just please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe, ring that bell, please subscribe, please subscribe.